Have you ever replayed the same conversation in your head dozens of times? Maybe you kept wondering if you said something embarrassing, if someone misunderstood your message, or if one small mistake ruined everything. Hours pass, then days, and your mind is still searching for answers that may never come. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people struggle with overthinking every single day. The surprising part is that overthinking isn't a sign that you're smarter or more prepared. In many cases, it's your brain trying to protect you in the worst possible way. Imagine you're walking through a forest thousands of years ago. Every sound in the bushes could be a predator. The people who stopped, analyzed every noise, and prepared for danger were often the ones who survived. Your brain still carries that ancient survival system today. The problem is that your biggest threats are no longer wild animals. They're awkward conversations, job interviews, relationships, and uncertainty. Your brain treats these situations as if your survival depends on getting everything perfect. That's why overthinking feels so convincing. It tells you that if you just think a little longer, you'll find the perfect answer. You'll avoid every mistake. You'll never be rejected. But notice what actually happens. Instead of finding clarity, you become trapped in an endless loop of what-if questions. What if I fail? What if they don't like me? What if I made the wrong decision? Every question creates another question until your mind becomes exhausted without solving anything. Picture someone applying for a new job. One person submits the application, prepares for the interview, and accepts that some things are beyond their control. Another spends 3 weeks rewriting the same resume, questioning every sentence, researching every possible interview question, and still never feels ready enough to apply. The difference isn't intelligence, it's action. Overthinking creates the illusion of progress while quietly preventing real progress from happening. One of the biggest reasons people overthink is the fear of making the wrong decision. We live in a world filled with endless choices. Which career should you pursue? Should you end the relationship? Should you move to another city? Should you speak up or stay quiet? Because every choice feels important, many people convince themselves there's one perfect answer hiding somewhere. They spend so much time searching for certainty that they never actually move forward. Psychologists call this analysis paralysis. The more options you consider, the harder it becomes to choose any of them. Ironically, trying to avoid mistakes often creates the biggest mistake of all: doing nothing. Social media has made this problem even worse. Every day we're surrounded by carefully edited lives that appear perfect. Someone else seems happier, richer, more attractive, or more successful. Your brain starts comparing your behind-the-scenes reality with everyone else's highlight reel. Suddenly, every decision feels heavier because you're afraid of falling behind. Instead of living your own life, you become trapped analyzing someone else's. Another hidden cause of overthinking is perfectionism. Many people believe perfectionism is about having high standards. In reality, it's often fear wearing a smarter disguise. If everything has to be perfect before you begin, you'll always find another reason to wait, another skill to learn, another book to read, another plan to make. Perfection becomes an excuse to avoid the discomfort of taking action. The truth is that your brain doesn't always need more information. Sometimes it simply needs permission to move. That's where real confidence begins, not by eliminating uncertainty, but by learning to act even when uncertainty exists. So how do you actually stop overthinking? The answer isn't forcing your mind to become silent. In fact, the harder you try not to think about something, the stronger those thoughts often become. Instead, the goal is to change your relationship with your thoughts. You don't have to believe every thought your brain produces. Thoughts are ideas, not facts. Just because your mind says they're judging you doesn't mean anyone actually is. A simple exercise can completely change the way you react. The next time you catch yourself spiraling, pause and ask, is this problem real right now? Or is it only happening inside my imagination? Most of the time, you'll realize you're fighting a battle that hasn't even happened. Your brain is trying to predict every possible outcome. But life doesn't work that way. The future is uncertain for everyone, no matter how much they think about it. Another powerful strategy is setting a time limit for decisions. Instead of giving yourself endless hours to analyze every option, decide that you'll gather the necessary information. Think carefully for a reasonable amount of time, and then make your choice. Successful people aren't those who always make perfect decisions. They're the ones who make decisions and adjust if necessary. Progress almost always beats perfection. It's also important to reconnect with the present moment. Overthinking usually lives in two places, the past and the future. You replay old conversations, wishing you had said something different, or you imagine future disasters that may never happen. Meanwhile, the present moment, the only place where you can actually do something, is completely ignored. Taking a walk, exercising, reading, or focusing on a meaningful task reminds your brain that life is happening now, not inside endless mental simulations. Pay attention to your body as well. Lack of sleep, too much caffeine, constant scrolling, and chronic stress all make your mind more reactive. When your nervous system is overwhelmed, your brain becomes far more likely to search for problems, even when there aren't any. Sometimes improving your mental health starts with improving your physical habits. A rested brain is usually a calmer brain. Think about the moments in your life when you felt the happiest. Chances are they weren't the times you had every answer. They were the moments when you were fully engaged playing a sport, laughing with friends, working on something meaningful, or enjoying a peaceful evening without worrying about tomorrow. Those experiences remind us that happiness comes from participation, not endless analysis. From today forward, try replacing one habit. Instead of asking, "What if everything goes wrong?" ask yourself, "What if I handle it better than I expect?" That single shift trains your brain to look for possibilities instead of only dangers. It won't eliminate uncertainty, but it will stop uncertainty from controlling your life. If this video helped you understand why you overthink, let me know in the comments what's one situation your mind keeps replaying. If you found value in today's lesson, leave a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Inspire2BO for more psychology and self-improvement videos designed to help you build confidence, master your emotions, and create a stronger mindset. I'll see you in the next one.